Yep, that's me. And you're probably wondering how I ended up like this. Well, it all started a couple weeks ago when I decided to build myself an Ashimmu. Hello pilots, and welcome back to another Gromire Games Eve Echoes video. I'm out here in my new Ashimmu fit for PvP, and we're just trolling around gate to gate looking for a fight. Now I've got a large NOS and a large newt, and two medium repairs in the low slots, so I'm thinking I could be really tanky and drain these ships down. We've engaged an Apocalypse Striker on the gate here, and I think this is a great matchup because they have low tracking, but all of a sudden a Dominix is going to show up, so not looking too good here, but I think I can kind of take the damage of the Dominix and wear this Apocalypse Striker down in time. Now I'm kind of used to flying this type of a ship with medium lasers because I've flown the Fiend for so long, so I'm maintaining that 16-kilometer orbit here to make sure that Apocalypse Striker can't track us very well, but I only have a warp disruptor instead of the bubble, so we're gonna have to try and take this thing down as fast as possible before I can get back to the gate or warp off. Unfortunately, we're going to be getting some add-ons here pretty quickly, and we're not going to be able to deal with the damage that's going to come through, but we're doing pretty good. Apoc Striker's down into armor. We are also into our armor, but because we've got those two medium reps healing us, we're kind of able to maintain here and maintain our capacitor because we got the large newt really draining out this battleship here. One of the strengths of the Ashimmu is its extra increased strength on the large NOS and large newt, plus we have really high GUs to make these effective. So no webs on us from these ships here, so that's going to help our orbit. We are able to maintain close to 100 meters per second speed, which is great. But yeah, we got some add-ons here. Yep, there's another one popping up into local, so let's see if we can finish off this Apoc Striker before they add on to us. We're trapped with the bubble. We're probably not going to be able to get back to the gate here because there's just too many ships and too much damage, but if I can just finish off this Apoc Striker, this could be totally worth the fight. We're almost into hull on this ship. Looks like he's run out of capacitor, so we might be able to edge him out. Come on, manage that cap. We can turn off the large newt. Into hull. Now we switched our large NOS over to the Dominix, and hopefully that he has more capacitor because we just need to edge it out and keep our medium reps going. We lost one of our medium reps. We're dropping. Yeah, we needed both of them, and our implant is down. Almost halfway through hull on this Apoc. Come on. Come on. We lost. Okay. Yep. Whew. Well, we tried. Good fight to everyone that came. Kind of wish it wasn't a huge pile-on, but you know, this is what happens when you run gate to gate and you're by yourself. Good fight. We'll rebuild and get back out there and try something a little bit different. Okay, we've moved over here to SRN space to give it another shot here. We're still going gate to gate, so we're going to have to hope that something engages us. We don't have that bubble to trap anything in place, and I wasn't able to tackle that guy in time before he warped away, so we'll kind of wait over here at the gate. A lot of this strategy is just sitting next to a gate and hoping somebody comes to try and fight you. So it's a very different playstyle than what I'm used to. Usually it's just me trying to track down ratting ships or miners, somebody that's a little bit more, you know, soft and not prepared for a fight. But I kind of wanted to test myself and go against some people who actually want to fight, know how to fight, and can kind of defend themselves. And for the most part, the only thing I can do to encourage that is just slowly go through soft space and hope that somebody engages, and hopefully it's not 20 people. So a little bit of back and forth here. We're going to hope that they pop through a gate after us, after they see us sitting on a gate. Maybe we can get somebody drawn over here. The good thing about fighting next to a gate is that if you don't like the engagement, you can just hop back through, and because they've already attacked you, they have at least a 30-second cooldown before they can jump after you as well. So if something big comes up on us, you know, a super carrier, dreadnought, something like that, or even just a battleship that I have a horrible matchup against, like a Vindicator, we can just hop through and not have to worry about it. Okay, so we'll hang out on this gate for a little bit here. We still have a couple people in local, and we do know that MOA saw us on the last gate, so he might be on his way back. We'll continue to watch the local list, see if anybody pops up, and stick around here within range of the gate to jump back through if something comes. I wish I had my bubble. I wish I had my scanner. I'm not used to fighting this way. Okay, we got the guy. The MOA's back. Let's see if he comes out of stealth here and wants to fight. we're going to pop our stealth just so that he knows that we're kind of sitting here and kind of be a little bit of a bait. See if we can get him to engage. As long as he starts attacking or puts up a bubble, then we know that we've got him locked on this side of the gate. So we'll flop around here like a dead fish, kind of AFK, maybe pretend we're scanning or something like that. Maybe slowly move our way back to the gate, but not turn on our speed mod. And just kind of make him think, yep, make him think he has the upper hand. So let's start our orbit here. We want to orbit around 16 kilometers, get our afterburner going, knock him down. He does have some webs on us right here, but we did engage him at a good range to pull away from those webs. And our webs, the Ashimmu's webs, reach out to about 27 kilometers. So we can keep and hold that orbit without him getting up next to us. So this is great. This is great positioning to start out with. We've got the large NOS and the large newt. It's going to drain him down. And MOAs are going to be a shield tank ship. With our EM lasers hitting him, this should go pretty good. Now the one downside to hitting a dictor like this is that they're going to be very defensive, so you're not going to be able to burst them down, and they're going to be able to call for help. So hopefully we can take this thing out before too many other ships come. And I think that once we get into his armor, we can do a lot better job of cleaning him out. Yeah, he's just not able to catch up to us. He doesn't have the speed to get his webs back on top of us. If he got us tackled at around 0 kilometers, it could have been a whole different story. That's another reason why I'm loving this large NOS combo, is that you can kind of drain their capacitor to the point where they can't even warp scramble you, they can't web you or anything. And all their defenses are going to go down too. So this is, you can see him just kind of melting after I get out of his shield. Yep, even with the EM damage going right through armor. Oh, we got another ship popped up right here. Looks like he's warping to the gate, but he's going to get stuck on the Dictor's bubble, so that's perfect for us. Let's try and tackle him before he gets too close to the gate so he can't warp through. Looks like an Algos sniper, so this is going to be a destroyer. It's a little bit more fragile and a little bit faster, so we're going to go ahead and approach once we get into a more optimal range so that we can get some nice clear straight shots on him. Yep, there we go. Good disruptor, web on him. I don't think he'll be able to get to the gate in time. And this is going to be a lot softer target than the MOA that we just fought. So perfect timing for that bubble to stop him away from the gate so he can't jump through. Nice. So 2 for 1 on that engagement. Very good. Loving this ship so far. The one downside I think that I'm not too thrilled with is the speed. So at tops I can go about 1,000 kilometers. Sorry, I always say kilometers. It's about 1,000 meters per second, which is not great. And if you can't tackle somebody right away with that long-range web, they're just gonna kite you around. So that's something we have to be aware of when we go into our future engagements. All right, so let's head over here and pick up that cruiser wreck from the MOA Dictor that we took out. A little bit of a distance away. Not too bad. Couple blues and a green. Good for spare mods for when your ship blows up. And we'll go ahead and warp off. Yeah, not too bad. About 48 million in loot for those 2 kills. Very nice. So we'll go ahead and get to a safe spot here. I love my ship skin. I might highlight that a little bit later on. It's just a Trailblazer core, but it looks really nice. Oh, there we go. 1.5 billion for the cruiser. Not too bad. A little bit less than what my ship is valued at, I think, but still a solid cruiser build. Just a MOA interdictor, not a MOA 2. And then we got the Algos Sniper. Pretty cheap fit ship. I don't even know if he wanted to engage us there or if he accidentally just ran into his partner's bubble. So I had a little bit of a technical error there, wasn't able to start the recording right away, but we did engage a Megathron on this gate, not 2 jumps away from the last engagement that we had. So very excited here. This is going to be our first battleship that we're fighting solo in the Ashimmu. We can see how well we can do with the tracking wise. He's going to have a really hard time hitting us because we're out at about 16 kilometers, which is longer than snubs and shorter than rails. Okay, he does have a large NOS on us probably, but I'm not worried about that at all because I know that ours is probably going to be a lot stronger than his, and our large newt is going to do a great job of keeping whatever he gains from our capacitor, just not even reaching him. We're down into armor here, quickly just melting him away. There's going to be really no way that he can hit us. So this looks like a really good engagement. I do think I have him far enough off the gate where he can't warp through even if he drops out of combat. I want to say he's at least 10 kilometers away from the gate or so, but hard to tell. Got a couple more names popping up in local, so we could have some more engagements joining us pretty soon. Definitely want to finish this off before we get overwhelmed like the first fight. Yeah, this is going, oh, we got another one popping up here. What is this? It's like a tornado and another one coming. Got a tornado and a tempest, so this could get rough real quick. Both tracking ships, both going to be using weapons that need to track us, so as long as they don't web us and lock us down, we could be doing okay here. And they are locking on, but not really moving in for the kill here. So I don't know if they're like waiting to try and see if we can do this 1 versus 1 solo or not, but they probably don't know that this Megathron is almost through his hull. If I can finish off this Megathron quick enough, I can get my web on that Tempest or Tornado. Oh, he's going to be out of range pretty soon. We're hit. It's just a little bit out of range here. So, looks like they're pulling away. They are still getting some shots on us though, so we'll go ahead and try and head back to the gate, turn off our combat modules and wait out that timer. I think we can probably rep through whatever damage they do. Oh, and we got another ship coming here. We got a Bellicose Interdictor. Those ones are really fast. Oh, they're warping away. Okay. And you guys are just leaving your Dictor here. You're leaving him here all by himself. What's happening? I mean, I'll take it, but I'm so sorry.
Get down on the ground! You got 3 seconds!
So let me get this straight. They just walked away.
Let's fucking go now! Fuck out of here!
Yeah. Turn back around and left.
Yeah, Bellicose are really fragile, and if he's not able to maintain an orbit around me like this, he's just gonna pop like a frigate. Yep, real quick. So another 2-for-1 fight. All I wanted was the Megathron, but they gave me a bonus. And for some reason, the battle cruisers decided to warp off. I don't know. They had good range on me. I couldn't get to them, but they just decided they didn't want any of that. So again, you can just see the sustainability of the Ashimmu is so strong. That large NOS can drain ships even when they're at almost 0 capacitor. So you don't have to have that, I think it's 40% capacitor threshold, where you have to be have less capacitor than them in order to drain them. The Ashimmu completely ignores that, much like the Balgorn. So you can just continue to drain them even with just the NOS. And you combine that with the large newt, I think I'm draining around, I want to say 2,000 to 3,000 capacitor every 24 seconds. So it's just wearing them out over time with that double rep going. So really nice. I'm really enjoying this build. Might go into more detail on it later, or might switch some stuff up. We'll try some different things and see what we can find out. So continuing here through SRN space, we've got a lot of people in local, so I'm sure somebody's bound to respond to me over at the gate, kind of just wandering around. I'm slow boating my way back to the gate to kind of draw somebody in it. Yeah, we got how do I say that? Adrestia, yeah, something like that. So it's the advanced version of the Vigilant. Definitely a tough ship for us to go up against here because they have really strong web fires, and they're very good at fighting it close up. So he's got double webs on us now, but we do have 1 web on him as well, and our NOS and our Newt are going to drain him real quick because he's just a cruiser. Getting down into our armor, we're going to turn on both reps because I'm worried about his burst with that high power coil, and he's going to take off. Oh, no, he's not. He's not warping away. Okay, nope. Dragon Chant. We finally found another Dragon Chant flyer. Okay, so we've got him relocked here. We're going to have to reapply all of our mods, but luckily our repairs are still going, so we're going to be able to catch up a little bit on our defense here. If we can pull some range, that'll be a lot better for our optimal, because our optimal should be around 16 kilometers. I don't know if we're going to be able to get out here until we drain him though, so hopefully we can completely cap him out. And okay, now he's going to warp off. Alright, that's the downside of only having 2 points of warp stability on people and not having that bubble like I'm used to with my Fiend. So either way, good fight though, good test, and you can see the 1 versus 1 power of the Ashimmu here. even the advanced cruisers will end up not being able to take it out. Good fight either way, and I definitely think I had that one in the bag, as long as he hadn't warped away. Let's go ahead over to the gate that I think he passed through. Maybe we can catch him on the other side, typing out or something. We can get a couple of good shots on him if he happens to pop up. Hopefully this is the right gate. We do still have another 9 people in local, so we could also get somebody to chase us through this gate, especially if he's talking about the fight that he just had and what ship I'm in, reporting it back. We'll give it a shot here. Our combat timer is done. Let's go ahead and jump through and see what we got on the other side. Yep, okay, he's right here. He's uncloaked. Let's double tap here. He is at low health. Maybe we get some good shots here. Oh, no. Okay, so either he logged out or he went back through the gate. Either way, it doesn't look like he wants to fight us anymore, so we will continue to make our way through space and see if we can engage somebody else who wants to hang around. Oh, and we got an Oracle warping in here. Let's see what distance he warps in at. Oh, he's pretty far off. Looks like he has his own long-range warp-in point set up. I don't really want to try and slow boat it over to him because I'm only going about 1000 ms, so let's come back to the gate here and we'll hop back through. Maybe we can draw him through. Maybe he'll warp to the gate, come through, and we can catch him on the other side, because I'd much rather engage this guy close up. Yeah, not sure he's going to be coming through. It seemed like he had himself a long-range warp-in point set up, because he's probably long-pointing, or I should say long attacking, which is it was farther than 100 kilometers away, which I think is the farthest warp-in point you can warp into. So we will see if he's kind of approaching the gate and hanging out pretty soon here. I don't want to break my cloak until I absolutely have to, because it's possible he could have already passed through, but because there's so many people in local, I didn't notice the name. Yeah, okay. Cloak's almost up here. Let's go ahead and approach the gate, get real close, see if something pops out of stealth and hits us. This is part of those gate games, the cat and mouse that you kind of have to play when you can't scan things down and warp to a planet to find out where everyone is. Just kind of have to hang around here and hope they come to you. It doesn't look like he wants to come to us though. He wants to hold his position on the other side. Let's jump back and see if maybe something's closer to tackle. Okay, I see another ship over here, but it's outside of our web range at about 42 kilometers, an arbitrator. Usually it's going to be carrying a tracking disruptor, so I'm not too keen on fighting one of those if I can't get a hold of him. Yeah, let's lock on, see if they lock back. Maybe we can get them to hit us a couple times and then we'll go back through this gate here, so they have the combat timers. That Oracle just wants to keep his range. He doesn't want to come through this gate. It's just kind of buying time. So it doesn't look like we're going to bait him. Maybe we can bait the arbitrator into popping out for a little bit on this side. Still nobody coming to the gate over here. I really want to try to draw these ships closer. When you warp in through a gate, you're about, I want to say 13 to 20 kilometers off, so it would be possible for us to web him if he comes through and breaks cloak. We do have that 27 kilometers on the web. I'm not using a predator web. I think I can get out to around 30 kilometers with that. But that's really expensive if I drop that as an item, so I'll try to be a little bit more budget conscious now that I'm doing all these random fights. Yeah, it doesn't look like they want to come and engage us on this side, but you know more are going to start coming, so it might be about time for me to warp off. Let's give it a little bit more time till our cloak drops. Come back to the gate. Maybe they approached. Yeah, this is probably a lot more back and forth than I should be doing, but I'm kind of like, I see the ships that I know that I can take on the other side, and I'm just hoping for the opportunity. Okay, we got a ship landing here. This is a slasher interceptor. Those are going to be tackle ships. We're going to try and lock onto him. Maybe we get a couple lucky shots here. He is going to be locking us back. And I think, yeah, oh, that's a nice shot. If we can approach instead of orbit, we might have a good chance of taking him down into hull. Yeah, drone's on him now. I can't quite get my web on him though. He's just outside of that 30-kilometer range, so he definitely knows how to fight the Ashimmu. And we got another ship landing here, Vindicator. We are in a little bit of a problem here because I know the Vindicator does have that 30-kilometer web as well. We'll try to orbit him and see if he can still track us. But we do have 2 webs on us now. Oh my god.
Holy hell!
Yep, that's what I thought. Those webs are going to slow us down to a grinding halt, and he's going to get his large snub nose to take us out in a couple hits. Oh, I fell for the bait with the Slasher 2 on that side of the gate. I never should have engaged that thing. Good fight, though. Good job taking me out here. And, yeah, we will rebuild and be back out there for another fight. Alright, heading out into Meow territory. I have kind of been chasing around this Raven Striker for a little bit, but I can't quite get into a good position on him. He's always just a little bit too far off. We'll see here when I land. Okay, so he's about 5,000 kilometers off, but he's next to that structure. It looks like a corporation outpost, so we'll go ahead and warp to that outpost and see if we can get on top of him. Maybe he's AFK docked up, maybe he doesn't really know where we are, he's typing or something. So let's warp over here and see the range that we can get on this Raven Striker. As we're landing here, we're about 74 kilometers off, and we know we only got about 1,000 ms, so this is... I don't really like the slow boating aspect of going towards this thing. He's going to get off way too many shots on us before we can get to him, so let's go ahead and just warp somewhere else. Maybe if we can warp to the sun and then warp back at like 70 or 80 kilometers, then we can be right on top of him. So we'll try to do that. See where we land. This is going to take a little bit of time to warp away, so he might not be there when we come back. Okay, so we'll warp back at about 100, just in case he's moved out a little bit farther. I think within 30 kilometers should be good. It'll be close to our web range, close to our disruptor range. And that's really all I want. Once we get that web on him, on a battleship, when he's not able to web us back, we should be able to maintain our optimal orbit. No, looks like we took a little bit too long here, and he's not going to be outside the Citadel. He was a little bit too far away to warp into it though, so I'm thinking he probably went to a gate. So let's see what we have here to go towards. A2 is going to be on my next location anyway. Let's go ahead and set that as an autopilot. And we'll just, yeah, he's not coming back. He's not coming back over here. Let's warp to the gate and see if we can hang out over there and catch him in a good position. Maybe he'll chase us through the gate and we can catch him on the other side too. That might be the best option. Okay, looks like he's at this gate. Let's see about how far off he is. That's not bad. That's about 15 kilometers off the gate. We can tackle him here. I don't think he'll be able to get through from his position once we have the web on him. Unless he's got some really good speed with a large micro warp drive, I think we can get him locked down here. Yeah, no, he's more like 35 kilometers off, so this is good. Let's get in range. Okay, got him disrupted. Let's put on our NOS, put on our newt and our web, and we are in a good position here. This is what we want. Raven Strikers usually shield tank ships. We're doing EM damage again with those lasers, so this is a good, as long as we can get into his armor. I don't think he will be able to take us out. Let's try and put as much pressure on him as we can with that large newt and with our damage. Let our damage ramp up with our implant to a max of about 53%. And we'll see if we can kind of break his tank here. Yeah, he's got 4 Nosses on us, so I might actually just go ahead and activate both medium armor repairs. Let me wait a little bit. He's getting too much cap back from us in order to maintain his defense. So if we take our cap down, he won't be able to drain us, but we still will because of the ship bonuses with the Ashimmu. So yeah, he's got that 4 Nosses on us. You can see our cap going down a little bit faster than most other fights. But that's okay, that's okay. We can get him into a good position here where he can't drain us and we can still drain him. We're still going to want to run our large nuke because we want to cap him out. We don't want him repping with any shield boosters. And we are making pretty good progress on his shield. Not sure what fit he's running, but it seems to be pretty defensive considering this is just a Raven Striker and not a Raven Navy. He's definitely not able to apply enough damage to us. Not sure if he's running large rapids or the large missiles or what. I know the missiles are guaranteed to hit, but because we're not webbed or slowed down at all, they're going to have a hard time applying damage to us. And yeah, we're about 50% through his shields here. He's way off the gate. We got him webbed. This is a great position. We are low capacitor, but remember, that's okay. He's only has NOS in the mid slots. They have 4 mid slots total, and we know he's running 4 NOS. So we can continue to run ourselves down to about 10%, and he won't be able to drain us because we're going to have a lower capacitor amount than him, but we can continue to drain him. So this is okay. Don't be afraid to get in that low capacitor range as long as you know your limits, as long as you know what you're doing and what you're fighting. It is okay to be around that 10%. Like, don't panic. Okay, so we're a little bit underneath 10% now. I might turn off my large nuke. No, gosh darn it.
Unacceptable! Unacceptable! Unacceptable!
Times like these, why I remind myself why I've switched to the Fiend, and I need that warp bubble to keep ships from running away, because that is, man, that is one of the most frustrating things when you know that you had them dead to rights, and you have that fight won, and they just warp away. So, well, good fight, and thanks for the engagement at least. We'll move on to the next battle and see what we can do. Okay, we are over here in Delve, and I have basically challenged Triple Helix to a fight. I don't know what ship he's going to bring, but I'm kind of tired of warping around and not being able to engage anybody, so he messaged me in local, and I said, hey, yes, I want to fight. So we'll warp around here for a little bit, see what he brings out, see if he can track us down, and do our usual hang out by a gate and see what engagement we can find. Okay, as we land on the Ansible X here, I can see that it looks like there's 2 ships on grid, but I only see 1 right now. Oh yeah, no, there's 2. Hurricane over there as well. Let's go ahead and warp over here. I don't mind taking the 2 versus 1, I just need to be very careful about how I engage them in my positioning. Okay, so let's warp over here to this gate, see what we're working with. We got the bubble is already up, but it looks like he put it up after I warped, so we are going to be relatively close to the gate if we decide to go through, but I think I want to take this fight. I don't see the other battle cruiser nearby, so let's see if we can take out this interdictor ship first, if we can drain it down. Oh, no, there's the Hurricane. Okay, no. I probably should switch over to the Hurricane here, but he's a little bit too close for my optimal, so I'm just going to try and maintain on the ship that I'm already at, especially because I've already started to drain him. So we will try and get through here. Oh, that's a lot of damage we're taking here to our shield. Yeah, they got too many webs on us. We're not able to maintain our optimal. Yeah, we're going down into armor. We're going to have to pop our implant there that gives us the extender. Yeah, man, we're just taking way too much damage from both of these ships. That Hurricane must be super offensive. We've got the Blackbird down to about half of his armor. It's taking really huge hits because it's a shield ship. And we can get a couple more shots off and then switch over to the Hurricane here. I think we can finish this one off. Okay, good. That cuts down the DPS. Let's switch over to the Hurricane, try and maintain. We're going to have to try and pull away from the ship, but that's going to put us in a straight line, so that kind of works out for him as well, unfortunately. We'll drain him. Maybe we can cap drain him out. Lower his defenses. Man, this is close. Come on, reps. Come on, armor reps. Dang it. Alright. Man, okay, well, thank you very much for the fight. I think, thinking back on it, what I did wrong there, I definitely should have gone for the Hurricane first. The interdictor ships are going to be more defensive. They're not going to have a whole lot of DPS. I should have taken out the battlecruiser first, and then dealt with the interdictor's DPS after that. Alright, well, the Ashimmu is down. Let's go ahead and head over to our Mr. Reliable Fiend that I love to use right here, and this is going to be a sample of my gate camp build. I'm using a large extender and a large afterburner, so this thing is going to go super fast. Right here, this ship doesn't even get a chance, and he doesn't see me coming, so we're going to go ahead and pin down this transport ship here. And once we get the scrambler and the web on him, he's not going to be able to get back to the gate or get out of our bubble. So that's the main goal with this ship. Even though I am running a warp disruption bubble, you still need the scrambler to stop any micro warp drives, and you need the web to slow them down from getting back to the gate. You have to get on them as fast as possible, and that's what the large afterburner is for. So not too bad. Get a blue mod there. We'll go ahead and check out the kill mail and see what we ended up with. Get our extra kill mark from taking out the pod there. Kill marks are looking really nice on this ship now, even though probably half of them are pods. That's okay. We'll warp to a safe spot and check out the kill mail and see what we ended up with. Not too much on the loot there. Unfortunately, it wasn't transporting anything great, but you know, sometimes you can get really lucky when you run these gate camps, especially in Alliance's soft space where they don't expect you to be. Okay, not too bad. 657 million. Like, as you can see, it was pretty empty, running just a basic hauling ship. Probably AFK. Let's see if we can do this one more time and get a better example. Alright, still over here in Meow space, and I do have a player in a slasher trying to track me down. So as you can see here, he's going to be on the gate here, but he's a little bit too close, so I don't know if he's going to engage me. I'm going to go ahead and jump and pretend like I didn't see him, and see if we can get him to come through here, and we can kind of catch him off guard. I don't want him to be super close to the gate, because he might just jump through. So we'll come here and we'll hold our stealth. Yep, he's coming right through after us, so he's definitely trying to tackle us for some people to come as a backup. But we are going to show him what a large afterburner is like. Let's see if we can get him to pop out of stealth first. We really need to know what range we're working with. If he's too close, it's not going to work. Okay, there you go. And it's go time, baby. Alright, let's activate that inertia boost and our large afterburner. We're going to approach this target and see if we can get right on top of him with a scram and a web as fast as possible. Our disruption bubble is not going to matter because this is an interceptor, so he's going to go right through it, but our scram might be able to hold him here. So yeah, once you see we can get our scram on him, and since we're approaching, that large afterburner is not going to slingshot us as much. So yep, we got our web on him, we got our scrambler, and he's going to be just a sitting duck for our weapons. Very nice. So the beautiful thing that I actually like about this build is it's twofold. You can track down fast ships faster than they think that when they think they can get away from you, they actually can't. And the second one is you can actually get away a lot easier, especially with that Dragon Chant Nanocore. You break their lock, break their webs, turn on that inertia boost, and you're gone. So it kind of acts as like a Voyage Core without having the Voyage Core. If anybody has the Dragon Chant and wants to try that out with a Fiend, it's actually really fun to use it to get away from things as well as to tackle things. Okay, we've got our Ashimmu rebuilt here, and we're back in Void Space. I went with the 2 MK9 large NOS and a DCU in the low slot instead of the adaptive hardener. So we'll see how that build kind of works out. Maybe we're able to survive a little bit better with multiple targets hitting us. We're going to land on a bubble here, and there's a light interdiction ship. We should be able to lock it down pretty quick. I don't have a scram, but I do have a good web, and that should be enough to buy us some time here to get a good approach and take this thing out. Yeah, these are going to be really soft ships. They're really just here for the bubble so that a larger ship can warp in. And speaking of which, we've got the largest ship right here. Okay, cool. This is what I was hoping for. I was hoping a battleship would land here after I killed that interdiction ship. So let's go ahead and lock on this Dominix. I haven't fought a Dominix and been successful with it so far because those drones and that bombard implant is just so strong. But we do have a couple of things that prepare us for it. So we'll go ahead and try this out. He's going to go through his shields real quick because this is going to be an armor ship. He's got us scrammed, but that doesn't matter. We got an afterburner, and I think he's got us neuted. But we've got double NOS on him, so that's definitely not going to matter. We're going to turn his capacitor into ours. We'll turn on one of our reps here and kind of test how much damage he's going to do to us. He doesn't have a web, so it's going to allow us to orbit and maintain our optimal, which is perfect, especially because he's a large battleship. We don't have to worry about him dodging our hits. We'll do double armor repairs here. There is another name that popped into local. I just noticed that on the side. We'll keep an eye on that, see who comes through. And we are able to maintain his damage here when he's not bombing us. So that is good. We can kind of drain him out. One of the bad things is that drones don't rely on capacitors, so that's not going to affect his DPS. It might take down his... Oh, okay. We got the succubus here. That's a little bit worrisome because we don't want him to tackle us. If he gets us going too slow, those drones are going to apply way too much damage. Let's turn on our second rep here, and this might be a good time to activate the DCU. Just so we can get through some of this damage. And yep, this is a good time. Okay, let's turn that on. Let's see if we can get this Dominix down low. It looks like he's running out of cap here, so I might want to switch one of these large NOS over to the succubus to just kind of drain him and get him off of me. We're back to full here. It looks like he wasted that bombard with our DCU, so that's perfect. That worked out perfect using that mod. And we're just not... Let's turn off this large NOS and let's apply it to the succubus so we can kind of break his tackle on us. We're not going to have a good time hitting him unless he's moving slow. Oh, and he's going to warp off. Okay, I will allow it. Let's finish off this Dominix here. He's still having a hard time. We've got him out halfway through hull, but our capacitor is looking good. And now that we only have one ship on us, the double medium armor repairs should do a great job of keeping us topped off. We do have to worry about another bombard. Ooh, that's coming through. I knew it. I knew he had one left in the tank. Okay, this is a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be, but yep, we have that implant extender to buy us the time through the drone bombard. So this is actually a really good setup to deal with drone ships, because if you time it right, you can ignore that bombard bomb with the DCU and with the shield extender from the laser implant. So great fight, very good, a lot closer than I think he realizes it was if you look at my capacitor, because I wasn't able to drain him anymore. He was out of cap. I'm not sure why the succubus took off. Maybe he just didn't think it was going to work out for him as well, but we will take that, and good fight. Alright, last engagement here. We're coming through the gate and we see an Ashimmu about 13 kilometers off, so we're going to do what we normally do, hit our afterburner, hit our web, and try and lock him down. We do have another ship warping in behind him, but we're going to focus on the Ashimmu first because we want that DPS gone as soon as possible, unlike the Hurricane fight. And the interdictor is going to go through the gate, so that works out perfect. It's going to give us the time to have our one versus one right now. Okay, we've got a great range on him here. We got our long range web working, so he can't get out close to put his webs on us, and we're just going to be able to do some great damage in our optimal range. Whether we're orbiting or approaching, because he's going to be going slow, this is going to work out really well for us. We will put on a medium repair right here. Yep, he's still getting some good shots off on us, maybe because of his cannon implant, but with our double repair here, we should do plenty of rep enough to defend ourselves against this attack. Once the Ashimmu has you in position, has you outside of that web range where you can't slow him down, he's just going to kind of pick you apart over time with those double NOS. Okay, we got the interdiction ship here coming back. He's a little bit out of range, so that'll buy us a little enough time to finish off this Ashimmu. And a couple more hits here, should be good. There's no way he has capacitor left. One more small shot. Let's get ready to move over to this interdiction ship. Great, okay. Now I got two options here. I can head towards the gate or I can try and fight this ship. And because there's only 5 people, 5 lames and local, we're going to go ahead and try and take this fight. He pops an extender there, so we know he's going to only have extenders and not a booster. So if we can run through that, we should be able to drain him out. Double NOS on him. We have almost full armor and plenty of capacitor to spare. So this should be a good fight as well. I'm going to go ahead and take this engagement and just try and get up to our optimal and past his webs. He doesn't have webs on us anymore. Oh, we got another ship landing here. That's not good. That's a battleship. Okay, Macarial, we want to definitely lock onto this and make sure we stay out of range of it. If we can web it, lock it down and orbit that ship instead, we might do better off. Again, we want to focus on the higher DPS target and not on the defensive target. So let's try and maintain an orbit and lock down this Macarial. And if we can drain it out, we could lower its defenses enough to get through it with our double armor repair. Still have a lot of capacitor. We're at max damage on our implant. We are getting hit with a tracking disruptor though. That's gonna suck. Yeah, that tracking disruptor is gonna mean we're not gonna do hardly any damage outside of at our normal range. We'll pop our armor extender from the implant, and I think we got to try and move in a little bit closer. Oh, we got another ship moving in here. Here's another Ashimmu. That's gonna work out really bad. So it's starting to look like I'm going to get overwhelmed here. We can try and make our way either closer to the Macarial, but then he's just probably going to... Yeah, well, we got 2 webs on us. And some NOS and some newts. And, yep, we're going to get swarmed. Here he comes. Here comes the hive. As usual. Now, once they get that interdiction ship on you, it's probably best to just try and go through the gate and get past that bubble, because I swear every time... Hello, everyone. Every time that dictor comes, you know something else is coming behind it. They're never solo. So yeah, we'll take that loss, but we did get the Cinnable, so it was a trade. It was a 1 versus 1 trade, and we'll have to take our cooldown and rebuild. So good fight to the Cinnable pilot. Thank you for the engagement there. And we'll go ahead and head back to the station and check out the kill mail and compare. Alright, let's go ahead and pull it up here and just double check. Cinnable kill, 1.4 billion, not too bad. Pretty standard build for a Cinnable tackle ship, tackle cruiser, and only 1.192 on the Ashimmu. So much cheaper than my Fiend builds, and something that you can kind of throw out there and have 2 versus 1s, maybe even 3 versus 1s, if they're fighting with sub-battleships, and you can get some good close-up engagements around gates. But overall, I'm really enjoying the Ashimmu. It's a different play style than my Fiend that I'm used to. But, you know, if you like the video, if you want to see more Ashimmu action or want to see me fly a different ship, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and let me know what you're looking forward to seeing in Eve Echoes. Until then, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll catch you at the next Eve Echoes video.